Conk. How are y'all doing today? Hopefully everyone's doing well. I'm held. Oh noes. Wow. I didn't know they could hold me. That's just rude. Okay, don't bite off a boss with 3 lieutenants at level 7. Fun fact. Or bring a lot more purples. And a break free or 2. That never hurts. Are you a skull? You're a skull. I'm just here for the skulls, really. Oh, great, though. Please beat him up after I use my power. Rude. Do. Fossilize them. Do. Fossilize them. Boo. Fossilize them. Hey, buddy, what you doing over there? Waiting to get bonked? That's good. Oh, you gotta stay fossilized there, bruh. Conk. Ooh, level 8. Fossilize them. Salutations, my name is Phil, aka JCServant. Welcome to another exciting City of Heroes video. We're going to be doing some Dominator action today, a little low level, a little mid level, and then I'll see where I go from there. That's actually pretty damn painful. Pretty rocky start for these guys. Hit him with the big mallet. Wait for it. There we go. Hey guys, what you doing over here? Waiting to get your butts kicked? Good. Oh, there's a guy over there too. Better brick him up. Excuse me, I got a rocky start for you there. Beating them all upside the head tonight, guys. Hey guys, what you doing over here? Waiting for me? Good. Whack. I tell you, like, now this is a real blapper right here, just scrapping away with them. Now, I want you to stay real still, because no one wants to hammer a nail that moves around a lot. Am I right, guys? Am I right? Oh, he looks all cute just standing there. Wait for it. Boy, he spends a lot of time going up and down, doesn't he? We're playing some high-level, low-level characters today. It's good to break things up a bit. There you go. Well, today we're breaking things up a bit by breaking their heads with this big, huge mallet. Wait for it. Conk. It's so much fun. Just hit him with the big bonk. Wait for... Oh. Wait, did I even do an animation there? That was a little weird. Seem to be having a little bit of an issue of like getting some of the powers to work. Weird. Conk. How are you doing today, Chaos? Probably better than these skulls are right now. So I guess she doesn't swing the mallet if she misses? That's kind of weird. You like the outfit, Tammy? I do too. She definitely looks like a cool terraformer, right? Like terraforming powers. Yeah, and I got the inspiration... I forget from which character out there. There's some inspiration from one of the DC... Was it DC? Not Terra from DC, but... I forget which character it was. There's a little inspiration from that, but really it was... I think I took this color scheme from DC, and that was about it. I've always liked the idea of a smaller character, but with big legs and feet, kind of like Mega Man, the Mega Man look, right, from the Mega Man games. Mega Man's always been a little on the shrimpy side, but he always has these big feet and fists. In my head canon, she's a mutant with terraforming powers, but she wears these technologically advanced boots and gloves that enhance her powers. The boots draw more of the energy of the ground and the earth through it, and keep her grounded as well. But her powers come from the earth, which is in keeping with the City of Hero power set. Some of the powers require her to be touching the ground. And then the gloves amplify the output. So these amplify the input, and the gloves amplify the output. So, yeah. You're not getting fossilized today by some terraforming mutants, so that's always good, right? Yeah, but first she holds you with a big earth power, and then she just bonks you with this big earth mallet here. Wait, what would we call that? Terrakinesis? I feel like that's terrakinesis. Oh, I think I found him. He's not so big and bad when he's sitting there inside of a big old thing made of stone. Conk, conk, conk. Let's see. Can we find a trainer around here, or do I just need to go to Atlas probably? She might be one that I take super speed on, because she likes to stay touched to the ground. Alright, what do we have for next level here? We have Stone Cages. Immobilizes group with an earthly formation. Slower and less damaging than Stone Prison, but can capture multiple targets. And it reduces their defenses, which makes sense because they can't dodge if they're inside of a doodad. Okay, so wow, a nice 15% defense debuff on a group of enemies. Pretty good short cooldown. That's very nice. Quicksand. You cause the ground to liquefy like quicksand at the target location. Any foes that pass through quicksand will become snared. Their movements dramatically slow and their defense reduced. They cannot fly or jump. Also very, very... Wow, 90% run speed for 45 seconds. Wow. That's also super, super nice. But I am doing a lot of melee, so that's a little bit less impressive. Stone Cages does have an accuracy negative multiplier too. Salt crystals. Attempts to encrust all nearby foes with pillars of salt. The victims will remain encased in salt, but will automatically break free if attacked. They have reduced defenses for a while, even if broken free. So you're talking salt crystals essentially puts them to sleep. That's what it is. And I don't know that that's really, I don't know if that's the Dominator Deep Sleep. So, but it says automatically break free of attack, which either they didn't update the language or they left it as the light version of sleep. Dominators and controllers were supposed to get deep sleep to keep enemies asleep even if they got hit. I don't know if I really want to risk that. It'll be something I pick up and test out at some point, but that wouldn't work very well with AoE powers. So I think we're going to go for the stone cages for now. Hey, Mr. Gadgets, how are you doing today? Now, with you know, with that, they are they do have a little bit of a low accuracy issue on that. Let me see if my powers have been upgraded to level 10. They have. Stone Cages has an accuracy issue. So we'll go ahead and put an accuracy in it to raise that up a bit. And that should help it to hit better. And yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're leveled up to level 8 on this character. Mission completed. We'll pick up the next one. Respecs, they are indeed cheap in this game, right? They are indeed cheap. Oh, look, a new group that wants to test out the whole group holding thing. The big thing about this group hold, too, is you get a nice, you get that nice defense debuff with them. So I'm going to imagine that for the most part, I'll take a look at the log here in a second, but I'm going to guess that my powers have like a pretty good chance to hit people. 95% chance to hit. And the stone cages itself only has an 89% chance to hit, but everything else has a 95% chance. I should test that on a higher level goon. Let's see, if I take a look at my attack powers, I do have 1 accuracy in each one. I should try throwing like a extra red in there and let the accuracy fall a titch and see how well it works out. Hey guys, what you doing over there? I got a new power I want to play with. Do you mind volunteering? Good. Gosh, stone is just good. It's good, 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 good. Yeah, it's hard to say, Lord Chaos. I know, like, sleep normally is kind of a skip power, or it's like a low priority power, I would say. I use, like, on most controllers and DOMs, I'll use sleep just as a emergency get out of jail. Like, I got attacked by a group from behind. We'll go ahead and, we'll go ahead and use it on that group that's attacking me from behind, put them all asleep while I focus on that one group that I'm dealing with. But they buffed sleep on a lot of controller and dominator powers to where now when you hit them, it doesn't automatically wake them up. It puts them into what's called a deep sleep. And they have to take an amount of damage before it wakes them up. So I'm not sure if that includes whatever they've cooked up here for the dominator on this. I'd have to test it out. But it doesn't... I don't know if it officially says deep sleep on the powers for it to have it. It's a Moncrief. Not too shabby. I'm enjoying the stone. Oh, I forgot to buy a map. We'll have to rest all the skulls, so we're just going to have to beat them all up anyways. I'm on Creve having Discord issues. Oh, silly Discord issues. Oh, we're running around, we're running around, we're running around, looking for things. Looking for things to kill. Oh no, it's Mr. Bill. Honestly, I'm tempted to pump her up to ×2. It does pretty good AoE damage. Hey guys, what you doing over there running towards me? It's not very nice of ya. Come on over here, buddy. Come join your friends. I can get you all in the AoE. Oh, he's not going to come. He's going to stay over there and be a buggerboo. Ooh. Ooh, 200 points. That's just wrong. Ouch. That wasn't very nice. Now you done gone made me angry. And you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Yeah, sometimes it skips the animation, which is a little silly, I think. Where you running to? I ain't done with you yet. Enjoy your prison. Oh, now you guys done did it. Now you made her angry. The Incredible Gump, exactly. What you two doing over here? Well, you get a whack, and you get a whack, and you get a whack. Oh good, more enemies. Yays. Time for the big hammer. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yeah.
Come on, inside. Come on.
Let's see. I need to already train again. Do 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 do. Let's see here. Now, here's a good question here. Where to put these slots? Part of me says put them into trimmer and put a reduction there so I can do it more often. Stone cages does a whopping 5 points of damage. So the damage on stone cages is incredibly negligible. You could put it in there for longer immobilize, right? But that's, These could be enhanced for extra damage or accuracy, whatever. They got really good accuracy built in already. So honestly, I don't think there's a lot more to do with these two right here at the moment. So you got your single target attacks, including the ever so lovable and powerful mallet, which honestly can make an argument to put it more into there as well. But this has been pretty good. What if I put a couple recharges in there? It gets it down to 10 seconds. Maybe I might be able to do it twice in a fight. Or in a longer fight. May not be the worst idea in the world, right? Let's give it a shot and see how well that feels. I mean, there's another argument to put one more red and then a recharge into it. Let me see how much. Well, I'll just put 2 recharges in and run it for a while. I can always replace it later. Yeah, it gets it down to about 10 seconds, just like I said it would. So what's new with anybody in the chat tonight? Everyone's kind of quiet. Playing anything new, fun, and exciting this weekend? Ooh. That's a boss. I don't know if I can take them on, but you know what? I got purple in hand since nothing can go wrong. Oh, he hurts. Oh, he hurts too much. I bit off more than I can chew. Just D&D tomorrow? Yeah, okay. Just running arcs on your super strength electric brute. How are those going for you? I did move a couple of more of my brutes over here today. I've got the majority of my characters over here on Torchbearer now. I am down to just a handful of characters left to bring over here. I looked at our SG, which didn't have a whole lot of activity over there, and I gave it to one of my very rarely used alts. So that got done. Oh, I keep forgetting to buy a map. Yeah, so I'm almost all the way over on Torchbearer now. It's taking me a while to get there, but we're getting there. Here I got driver's license. Nice, nice. Just the way of life, right? Well, that was closer than I'd like to call that. I don't know what happened there. You saw Cinder Flare. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the other character I was playing. I was just getting her set up. Playing that character after I finish running this story arc here and get this one up to 10. Get this young character up to 10. Been looking a lot into other looking a lot into Star Trek Online. And being a big Trekkie fan, I was just listening to about all the stories that they have over there in that game. Seems very, very interesting if you're a Trekkie fan anyways. Hello, bad guys. Wow, I could have swore I put you into a timeout room. I'm getting my butt kicked. I gotta figure out what's going on with these guys. More of them bringing guns or something. Hey, SL. Got him car insurance? Well, you're nice, because my parents didn't get me anything. I had to... They made me go out and get a job. I'm like, how am I supposed to get a job without a car? It's like, well, you need a job to afford a car, but you can't get a car without a job. It was felt like a catch-22. But I had to figure it out, and yeah, there's no way they would buy me insurance unless I had, maybe if I already secured the job, I just needed like essentially a short-term loan till I got paid. But yeah, you're nice. To be fair, we were kind of broke. Trying to make sure there's nothing else coming after me here. I don't have a lot of inspirations to fall back on here. And there's a lot of bad guys up there as well, so I'm not sure how pool's gonna go here. I know if I can kill the BBEG, I think that will pretty much end the story, or at least this mission. So we're gonna go for that. I'm held. Of course I'm held. Now you can be held. There we go. Ooh. Then GTFO. Gave my old car too. Again, you're super. Yeah, you're definitely super, super nice. You definitely are. Nope. Back in my day, you had earned everything yourself. Oh yeah. So how things going, SL? So yeah, I was looking at Star Trek Online. Tons of stories in there if you're a Trekkie fan. Tons of stories. Hello, bad guy. Hello, bad guy number 2. She locks him up in stone, and then she crushes him with this big, huge hammer. Conk. Conk. It's not even right. It's not okay. Yeah, it's a good Friday. It's a good Friday. Just relaxing, unwinding from a week of work. Got a lot of games I want to play. I'm spreading my wings a little bit. I'll be playing some other games. I want to do Dragon Quest. I need Dragon Quest 7. That's a single player game. We're working through some through Diablo as well. I need to back up. Those long-range attackers are whittling down my health something fierce. And, oops. Okay, well, you can't whittle down my health if you can't move. Oh, come on, you missed her. She was right there. That's it. Choke her off. That's showing her who's boss. Yeah, we're not rich, but it's hard out there. Well, you know, and the cars and stuff are so expensive. So, yeah, I don't know if you can only get a job for like $12 an hour. I don't know if it's worth it if it requires you having a car. Like, what is that? $480, $2,000, $480 a week at a 40-hour week job, $2,000 before taxes, maybe $1,500 after taxes if you're lucky. I've seen people with car payments of like $500-600, insurance another $100, gas is another $100. So you're working halfway for your car. Like depending on how much you're paying for your car and shiz, it gets to a point where you just need to take public transportation or find another job that's closer or something. And it is getting harder and harder for definitely. It's definitely getting harder for the young people out there. I totally agree. We're going to turn back to the old days. Remember the old days when, like Little House on the Prairie, when the whole family lived in the house? You just all lived in one house to save money, right? That's what we're going to have to do. It's the only way. Stone has some really great animations on stone control here. Waiting for Resident Evil Requiem next Friday. I need to play more Resident Evil. I loved Resident Evil 4, and I was starting to work through 5 when I got sidetracked with other stuff. I need to go back and play that. Sometimes I ask myself, should I be playing more City of Heroes when there's all these other really great games I haven't touched yet? And I've already played like this mission 15 times. It is kind of cool playing it with a different power set, but still. Should I be playing other games? I don't know. Whoa, hello, nurse. Oh man, I haven't played even the newer Resident Evils. Four was as far as I got. I don't see any drugs in here. Saving, so you start saving for school. 30-year-old daughter with us, live cheaper all around. Yeah, you gotta live cheap. Even school, you know, I work for a university and I question the value of those educations, right? You gotta make sure you have a really good game plan. I've seen so many people who end up getting a degree that doesn't help them out much in the real world, and they're in debt for a very long time. I had a friend who was in his 50s still in college debt. Here's a fun fact. Don't get a liberal arts degree. Seriously, don't do it. Better off learning how to be a plumber. Now, I work in finance. In finance, you know, you need a degree to do some of the higher end jobs there. But it takes a while before that even begins to pay off. Like, I'm not sure if I had a kid, I'd be like, yeah, go into accounting and get a 4-year degree and take the same track I did. I'm not so sure that's a... It's really tough to say, you know. You come out with your 4-year accounting degree and you get jobs somewhere and they're only going to pay you $50,000, which $50,000 used to be a lot, but nowadays not so much. Yeah, it used to be college was kind of like just in the 80s, especially like everyone's got to go to college. You make more money, everyone go to college. It's your pathway to success. Nowadays, I'm not so sure anymore. Obviously, if you can go to be a lawyer and you can stick with it, and if you got the funds to get you might be pretty good off there. Maybe doctors, things like that, but definitely for some fields, it's not as useful as it used to be. It's gotten more expensive and the benefits are going down, right? And that's kind of the way the economy and free market works, right? It's gonna be a shrink. Yeah, I have no insight into the psychology profession and what their outlook looks like and what their pay looks like and all that. But I know in accounting it's a little rough. Now, we are shorthanded on accountants overall. In fact, because it's seen as a more grueling type of job, there is a lot of young people are staying away from it. They see it as kind of like, oh, you know, it's not exciting, it's not creative, it's not things that resonate with young people. So there's definitely a shortage, and a shortage means in a long term you could expect to see the field pay more if it continues and whatnot. But I don't know also if AI will have an impact on some of that and lower the need for accountants in the future. Right now, it's not having a big impact because most of our job was already, modernized, facilitated by things like worksheets, databases, data warehouses, and stuff a while back. And that's a big boss, and my domination's down. So I need to see if I can find some enemies to work up my domination bar if I can. I think there were some enemies still over here, so I'm going to try to work on them here. See, that's the thing about using domination too often. When you need it, then it's down and you're sad-faced. That's sadly not going to be enough to get it up either. I need to take a poll, or I guess I could just I could just start streaming different things and see if people will still tune in, or if they'll be like, no, it's Dragon Quest or it's Star Trek Online or whatever. Yuck. Well, here's a couple of guys I can get my domination bar up on. Well, it's still not full. It's much closer. Permadom, then it's awesome all the time, but that's more high level and high budget. Maybe. I just know there's a big argument of like, if you don't have Permadom, should you use it as soon as it pops? And my general opinion on that is no, you shouldn't. Because then you don't have it when you need it. And now I'm kind of showing that off. Because I used it earlier to get my endurance back. I don't know if I can go around this guy without proccing him. Nope, pissed him off, shiz. Shiz. This is... I was kind of hoping to get around him to get to the minions behind him. So that I could work up my bar over there. But... it seems that provoked him. I should have stealth on this character. I don't have stealth. Well, there he is again. Well, he has got a huge aggro radius. You know what? F it all. You know what? You want some? Come get somebody. You want to play the game? Let's play the game. Oh, come on. Hit him. Oh, wait. I got domination up. And it still doesn't work. No. Oh, it hurts so much. I have no more Heelys left. No. Shiz. Oh, I can't take another hit, Captain. Shields are down. Oh, there we go. No. Somehow he shoots through walls. He's got the magical ability to shoot through walls. It really kind of sucked that even with domination, I was not able to hold him. That sucked. I could immobilize him, but I couldn't hold him for even 5 or 10 seconds. That really sucked donkey balls. This is why Dominators rate lower. Controllers and Dominators rate lower on my solo list. They just struggle with elite bosses. They just do. Yeah, and that was with me using a bunch of inspirations, right? And using domination, and I still couldn't seal the deal. So if you ever wonder why I put controllers and dom so low on the solo list, it's because the bosses pretty much invalidate the class. They really do. They really do. It's very frustrating. Kind of the way, stalkers are invalidated by those spawn-ins that can immediately see them. Like, wow, really? Their mechanic of stealthing is just completely invalidated. But against, like, minions and lieutenants, the Dominator's hold powers work just fine. Really don't have any problem against maybe, everything except for maybe the Vasilek and stuff, and then you just have to apply it twice. But against elite bosses, man, they will just tear you a new one. Because you've got no defenses outside of holding people. That's it. That's the Dominator and Controller's defense, is being able to hold things. Maybe if they got a pet, that pet might be able to hold aggro, but the pet doesn't come online until much later. So, yeah, until then, you're kind of stuck with these bull. Oh, isn't that cute? He got. You know what? I forgot to bring in venom daggers. That would have helped a lot. But look at that. Pumpkin has back half his health. Isn't that cute? Oh, there goes half my health. Woo, there we go. Just go back in there with a whole bunch of inspirations. That's all you can do. I've never really felt my mastermind was invalidated. I've never really had a problem with masterminds. Masterminds is the S tier class because I don't really feel invalidated at any point in time. The minions just kick everything's asses. It's very, very, very rare that my minions all die at default settings. And usually when you guys see me die, it's, you know, on a mastermind, which is hardly ever. It's usually because I have the difficulty settings cranked up and I got greedy. Alright, let's see what we do here. Train up to a new level. Oh, hurl a boulder. You'll be able to tear up a chunk of ground beneath your feet and hurl it at an enemy. Deals moderate damage and can knock foes out of the sky even. Oops, that is not what I was hoping for. I was hoping for this. How much damage are you talking about? 39. That's even more than Stone Mallet. 12-second cooldown though. Single target. Well, it's either that or Salt Crystal, so Quicksand really wouldn't help me too much. I mean, it's going to be useful at some point, but yeah, we're going to go for Hurl Boulder. Yeah, I haven't really run into the Caltrop issue myself. If you have a particular mission you want me to run, I'll give it a shot, but I haven't really run into an issue with my minions going, and leaving me to die. I suppose sometimes they run here and there and they got their own mind about things. If you got a mission that you think that would challenge my mastermind, let me know and I'll run it if it's a story arc. Well, I keep a pretty tight leash on my enemies, on my pets, because I just put them on the number 1 key. That's the attack button. So any enemy I'm on, I just tap 1 once. If they look like they begin to scatter off, I press 1 and they focus back on the enemy. If for some odd reason they're like, oh, look, that guy looks more delicious over there. Yum. Now, if they're feared, if they're held, if there's some mez bullshit going on, then, you know, that's kind of tough titty. But that's why you get 6 of them. If 1 or 2 of them get held or whatever, it's not usually a big deal. And there's not too many enemies I've run into that successfully mez all of them at once. I would probably consider it. I haven't run into this whole Caltrops thing you're talking about, but if Caltrops is basically putting a fear effect on them, that's what I would kind of consider it as. But I don't think Caltrops actually puts fear on enemies normally. I'd have to double check. I don't think it has a fear effect. But if you got the story arc, I wouldn't mind running it so I can see what you're talking about directly. Let's see here. Hurl boulders. What kind of accuracy do you have here? Now, here's a fun thing about this guy. So check this out, right? So I have these recharges right here, right? Well, let's say I wanted Hurl Boulder to have one of those recharges, right? In the past, I'd have to do kind of a respec, right? Now what I can do is I can throw away that because I'm not going to use an unslaughter on that little thing. I can come in here, buy a new one, and just slide. Well, I need to buy 2 apparently. Well, let's buy another damage here. And you can see it'll take that slot automatically that I freed up from Trimmer and put it over here to Hurl Boulder. Run Indigo and Crimson Arcs. All right, so let's log out this character here. Oh, let me, before I log out of this character, we'll do that, but let me go to Atlas Park first. And apparently I don't have a long-range teleporter. Oh, that's lovely. Let me go and get some things from the vendor real quick. Did I never get the exploration badges on this character? Now, I don't know what Indigo and Crimson arcs are, but hopefully we can look at the list and you can tell me what we're talking about. What level range is it? That type of thing. Is it on hero or villain? Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. No. What am I looking for exactly? Oh, right. I need a reveal power for number 1. Reveal. Tell me about your special. Show me your wear. Show me your reveal. Recipe powers. Prestige powers. Utility. Reveal. Indigo and Crimson are hero contacts. Well, we should be able to look up their story arc titles on the thing. So that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so let me quit this. Let me see here. So you're saying Indigo and Crimson. Let's see what we find out if we look up Indigo story arc Homecoming. Indigo is a Founder's Fall, level 40 to 45. Ooh. Okay, what else did we have? 40 to 45 for Indigo. Yeah, I just found that out. Crimson, Story, Arc, Homecoming. The thing is, the only 50 Mastermind I have, and Crimson isn't much better, is on the villain side. Yeah, that one's on the villain side. So I wouldn't be super, super helpful. I have a hero mastermind, but it's like 25, 30. And the angry redeemer with his thugs. I do remember fighting something that threw some caltrops and was slowing like down one of my characters at one point, but I don't remember what it was. So I do this character at ×5 right now. Let's see if I can... Enemies with Caltrop, City of Heroes. There's got to be a villain side counterpart to that, you know? Unfortunately, there's not like a lot of websites that provide information of what attacks the enemies have. It's, yeah, it's Knives of Artemis, like you were saying, is the enemy group. And if I can find a villain story arc, right, with the Knives of Artemis, Arta Doohickey in it, that should get me the same enemies, really. Oh, it's an all-female mercenary group. That's nice. There's a story I'll... Oh, here we go. Breaking Knives. Enemies, Knives of Artemis. Ah, I found it. Thank goodness for the wiki. A 15 merit reward. It is Arbito Deos Granville. This is called Breaking Knives. And this is level 40. Okay, we got this, boys. We got this. Here we go. Here it is right here. Breaking Knives. And this will be good because it gives me another one to fill on the spreadsheet. Breaking Knives is 3 missions, 2 kill all, 15 merits. Well, this sounds like fun, actually. Are you excited for me, guys? I hear no chat coming back about this. No one's excited about this. All right. Kill all the knives in the base in Granville. We're doing this at ×5. That's how you know we mean business. By the way, did you guys see my video about the level bug being fixed? So now you can run missions at -1 again. Well, I don't know, Lord Chaos, but it does have the Knives of Doohickey as an opponent, so we should be good to go. So yeah, with the new slotting method, guys, what this means is as you're leveling up your character, let's say you just got a power, you just hit level 20 and got your level 20 power, you can give it 6 slots if you want by stealing slots from your other powers now. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. Oh, yeah, we got a lot of enemies up there. Oh boy. I hope your bots are ready to have fun. Go get them, boys. Oh, wow. Oh, oh goodness. They've disoriented me. Rude. Well, how long does this last? Boy, they had me disoriented for a good while there. Lots of disorientation. So I think there are caltrops on the ground. I see the caltrops there. But I'm able to keep my robots under control. I'm keeping them focused on one guy at a time. Yeah, I'm not seeing too much issue with keeping him underneath control. If I tell them to go after this guy here, they're going after that guy there. Yeah, I mean, occasionally I think they do start running off. I think like the caltrops do have a little bit of an effect on them. Yeah, you just have to keep them on a tighter leash. Yeah, it isn't ideal. But it's not like they're dying left and right either. That is kind of funny. It's slowing me down more than slowing down the bots is the problem. Yeah, those protector bots. Come back over here, boys. Yeah, they kind of got far in there. That was pretty funny. Let's see here. Looks like Excelsior crashed. Uh-oh. I've not done that one. If you're getting your bots under control, you have the major problem solved. I'm not sure if it's getting complacent or something. I think I mean they definitely do get a little off wired there. I mean, no, there's no doubt that they do scatter a bit, but you got to keep them focused. Otherwise, I think it's not ideal. It's not as bad as them being completely mezzed and feared. It's like somewhere in between. Like they'll start running away, and then I say, no, stop and shoot. And some of them will stop and shoot, and some of them go, wait a minute, and they'll take a few more steps, and then they'll stop and shoot, right? Like it isn't ideal, and it can definitely get you into extra trouble that maybe you didn't want to get into. I think my protector bots, we'll do some more here, but I think my protector bots ran off a bit there. But I usually try to keep them like focused on one thing at a time. You know, while I do the crowd or do the crowd control and the debuffing. Because that's kind of my job there. I'll keep them healed, I'll debuff the enemy, lower enemy to hit, regeneration, damage, that sort of thing. But I keep them focus fired on one at a time. Otherwise, like left to their own devices, they really won't focus fire, right? They'll just go after whoever. It's kind of rude, actually. No, if the enemies are going to throw down caltrops, I'm going to throw down tar patch. We can all run around real slowly. Now, you guys know me. I always prefer ranged over melee. That includes pets when possible. And we are definitely seeing... I think if you had like melee pets like the wolves, these caltrops would be such a nightmare. Right? Because your wolves would be running around real slowly. Where's my map at? Do I have a map of this place? If you put on flight, could you... that's a good question. If you put on, like, group flight, could you just fly over them? I don't know. I don't have group flight on mine, but that's a really great question. Go get them, boys. Let's see. I have keybinds to target. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do. I just put them as my #1 key. As you can see, there are my keybinds at the bottom there. I have attack as the #1 key. I rarely have to tell them to heal, so I don't use that too often. So we're fighting what? A whole bunch of these guys. It's showing them as, oh, there's a bunch of lieutenants. Are these bosses? That's why they're taking so long to kill. There's a bunch of bosses in here. Bosses are very chunky on hit points. Now that boss went running all the way down the hallway. With these caltrops, even my bots can't catch them with the ranged attacks, so we'll just have to bake our cake with what we got here. Gosh, it's almost like I'm playing Star Trek Online. A bunch of phasers firing at people and stuff. This is Strike Force. No, this is Ouroboros story arc, but it is following the Strike Force rules, right? Because it's an Ouroboros flashback. We are actually there was one that got away. I need to find that one, but we are. So it is got me in a Strike Force, rules that I could quit any time. Strike Force rules being that I can't just stop in the middle of it. I can't buy from certain vendors while in the middle of it. You can't start another one while you're in the middle of it like a normal quest line or whatever. Yeah. It's an Ouroboros flashback. How are you doing, Lil? I think it's the first time seeing the channel. Welcome to the channel. What brings you here this fine day? But you're right, Richard, in that, it definitely is making their behavior a little bit more erratic. And I do wonder how much harder this would be if these were melee pets running all over the place through the caltrops would probably be horrible with the slowdown and the erratic behavior that they're displaying. I told them to heal and they came back to me there. Just to see if I could. Yeah, sadly there's no melee pets, in bots. So I can't test that. I'll see if there's a lower level story arc featuring this faction after I'm done with this one. I'm going to set the settings lower on the next mission so I can get through it a bit faster. Is there people who got behind us, bots? I see you guys shooting. Is there... No? Well, how about you guys... you guys shooting them through the walls or what? Get your butts back out here. I know you're afraid of caltrops, but, you can handle a few little spikes on the ground. Yeah, you can kind of see they keep ducking behind the wall here Because they really don't like those caltrops, right? So they're ducking behind the wall. Heaven forbid they take a little damage over time. Oh, lovely. There's more of them. Well, why wouldn't there be more of them? Did I equip all of you guys? Let me just do a quick upgrade just in case. Now, do you guys think you could go over there and be mean to that bad guy for me? You know, the nice thing about these things is you could just sit back here and just let them go at it. You know, these robots will just... These robots will just do their job. All my mini pets, including a dark savant, just kind of floating around there causing more chaos. That's the nice thing about playing Masterminds. You really don't have to sweat this stuff. I just tab once in a while and press 1 so they focus fire. Oh, wait, is there one right around the corner here? Or is that, look like there's one in the wall there? I think it's dead. It's a dead body in the wall. Yeah, the caltrops are doing more damage to me than it's the bot. Stupid caltrops. Nobody likes you, caltrops. Ooh. Oh, I'm disoriented. Stunned even. Come on, unstun. I wonder if you can give orders to your bots when you're stunned. Oh, we got a little boss lady there. Named boss lady, probably with extra caltrops. Oh yeah, see, if I don't touch them for a while, yeah, they get a little crazy there. You definitely gotta stay on top of them. Yeah, you can't be too hands off when caltrops are involved. You know, I need to get some break freeze. Apparently you can't give commands to your robots when you're mezzed. She's bouncing up a lot. She's like in a bouncy ball room. Or knives? Your life story. Wait, what? Yeah. Well, the 10 missions are harder to get exactly what you want, but this one's definitely full of them. See if I can find... I'll look up online to see if there's a lower one. See if I can take one of my other masterminds into it. I'm just kind of curious how the wolves would treat this. If I can get a lower one. I'm sure it's even more shenanigans. I'll turn off solo bosses, and I will set the difficulty to just default difficulty there. Contact. Who is the contact here? Abadoosh. Arbiter Dose. We'll call him Arbiter Dose. When Arbiter Dose gives you his phone number, then you know you're really, then you know you're really kind of moving on up. Let me put this resurrection in my mailbox there. Oh, no, not with any money, though. There we go. Let's combine these two into a break free here. In case I need that one day at the rate I'm going. It's another Lord Chaos. I think on default settings, you're going to find that we move a lot faster. Come on, bots. I have, like, group stealth on, too. Not sure how well that super works, but I guess I'm not terribly worried about it. Now, this is definitely an argument to put into defensive mode here. That way, if I do get shot out of stealth, if they're close enough, they'll take the damage, but we kind of saw with bots, it's doable. It's a little irritating. It certainly is, and it could get you into some extra trouble. It's kind of like them being feared, but not quite. Like half fear, if that makes any sense. I don't know what they're shooting at. Oh, visible enemy. Bots have better perception than I got. Let's see here. Seriously, mastermind, am I right? Just on default difficulty, it's not even a half challenge. I do like my character's gun though, it looks wicked. Oh, I gotta lead her out. Lovely, which means I can't use stealth. Alright, come on, don't say I never bring you anywhere. At least it's not a very big dungeon. Come on, Sunshine, keep up. Yeah, see, at this level of play, at like default difficulty, there's not even a purpose for me to use my debuffs. That poor blade of whatever just ran into the wrong set of robots. Rockets, red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that the evil bots were still there. Well, there's some more caltrops. Oh, lovely. I've been put to sleep. I forgot about that. Inspirations. Man, can I convert any of these into I don't know. Nope, I don't get 3 of a kind anymore. I get all these weird ones. Back in my day, you used to get 3 of a kind. You could convert them into whatever you wanted. Back in my day. So, Chaos and I were rubbing elbows. That's what you're saying. A lot of you over here on Torchbearer now, huh? Because one of you saw Cinder Flare, that would have been on Torchbearer. Cinder Flare's been moved over, I'm pretty sure. Chaos is even catching me on the villain side of Torchbearer. That's pretty far out there, right? That's in like the neck of the universe. That's in the far neck of the universe. Alright, third mission is to just basically kill them all. Kill them all, I say. I will put in my notes for this mission lots of caltrops. Just to be fair. Yeah, it looks like a big building. Good bots. Boy, they just don't make them like they used to. You can literally play the mastermind one-handed here, right? Just one hand is all it takes. No pressure. Just sit back here, relax, enjoy the laser light show, boys. Now, here's a question for you. I was in Atlas over on Excelsior and Pocket D. It was crazy crowded, I know. So I've been moving my characters over, Lord. I'm 80% of the way there. I think by midweek next week I should have them all over. All except for maybe some of the deletion bin ones that I may or may not ever move over. Ones that I don't ever intend to play again. Yeah, I can't stand how crazy busy it is over there. And their server crashes a lot too, so there's that. You've been working on Brute Katana Willpower. How are you liking Katana? I'm always curious to hear what people have to say about Katana. I should have made a video out of this. Now I'm thinking about it. Been a while since I've done a Danzig video. Playing the Board Queen, my Board Queen inspired character here makes me really want to play Star Trek Online. Love it does very good damage. Nice. What level are you? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's your name. Let's take a look here. Danzek. Yep. Danzek. Which, if you don't know, is one of the many names for the Boar Queen from Star Trek. I've been watching a lot of Star Trek Online videos lately, debating for myself whether I want to jump into that deep, deep pool. I know as an MMO goes, it's not really great gameplay. I think City of Heroes has it completely beat in the gameplay department. But I am very curious about all the different stories that they have over there. They even bring in a lot of Mirror Universe stuff, which I absolutely adore and love. $23. Nice. How are you doing today, by the way, Pirate Princess? 23. So you've been playing that all the way from level 1 to 23, or did you get some farming level skips on that one? Yeah. Oh, no, I can't help you with the misfits, though. Yeah, I don't know much about bands. I'm sure there's some up here, bots. Oh, when I say some, I mean one lone... Oh, no, there's two. I'm about to say one lonely individual, but there's a second one. I like to think I got everybody, but apparently I did not. What a shock. Well, there are these closed doors. No. Gotta be a pianist, huh? Fun facts. Beginning to wonder when these bots were going to get their candy butts up here. Any of y'all Star Trek fans in the chat there? You ever get interested about the stories told in Star Trek Online? Let's see, are we all done with these guys here? Nobody left alive there. It's a kill all. Apparently I missed some somewhere. Nothing in that branch. Nothing there, nothing there. Nothing there, nothing there. Oh, go get them. Slotted average damage starts about 30. Unslotted average damage starts about 30. Nice, nice. That's a good number. Stargate. Oh man, I love Stargate. They just don't have an MO, but they have a few games they've been doing here and there and stuff. Why does it say that there's a mercenary right here? Like some weird mercenary here and there that got past us. And there we go. 36 minutes for 15 reward merits. Not shabby. Not shabby, not shabby. Princess Yuki, if I stream a Star Trek MO, you're gonna help me make a character and everything, right? Let me look up to see if we can find more story arcs. So that was Breaking Knives. That was 36 minutes, 25 reward merits. I'm gonna put in my notes. Lots of caltrops. All right, so we were looking for Knives of Doodad. And we were looking for story arcs with these guys. So we're looking for more story arcs with the Knives of Doohickey. Knives of Doohickey. Let's see here. There is Killer Instinct. Let's see here. Killer Instinct is not on my list. This is a villain story arc. Let me see if I can look for hero story arcs. Oh wow, the story arc page hasn't been updated on City of Heroes since 2021. That makes it kind of old. Melvin and the Mysterious Malta Group. Melvin and the Mysterious Malta Group. I have never heard of this one before. Melvin and Mysterious. Holy cow. 58 merits, 44. That's what you guys were talking about. And then there's To Save 1,000 Worlds. 16-door mission. I think you guys were talking about that one as well. And Project Worldwide Red. All of those are super high level, I'm pretty sure. The Black Project Worldwide Red's level 50. You play Star Trek Command? Oh, so you could definitely help me make a character. What's going to be fun for me, SL? Exactly. It's a wondering. A wind called Seraphina on the villain side. Crimson Hut. That's high level. Breaking Knives, I think, is might be the lowest level one. Yeah, these guys with the caltrops don't come into play until higher level, I'm afraid. So I can't take my lower level. I can't take my lower level in there. Even on the villain side, they're at level 40 plus content. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I could do them on a different character, but not even my mastermind, sadly. Oh, it's the Scirocco Patronarch? Ah. Good to know. All right, well, let's see here. Let's see. Okay, so I wanted to do something with Cinder Flare. Yes. I haven't done a Cinder Flare video in a long time. Let me guess, someone took the... Yeah, someone's already using the regular spelling of the name. All right. What brute do you think is the most powerful? All the brutes are pretty good overall. Hard to argue against any of them, really. Let's see. All right, so let's do a story arc with Cinder Flare. We'll make a video out of it. Wandering likes videos. What are you doing over there, cat? Stop licking things. Stop it. This isn't a cat toy. I'm gonna get a cat that doesn't lick things. People like Titan Weapon, I believe. Let's see. I have so many missions in 3034 I have not got logs for, so I think the world is my oyster here on this one. What about Library of Souls? Or, wait a minute. Oh, that's, yeah. Nothing new there. Library of Souls. Library of Souls is an 8-door mission arc. We're 35 merits. This could take a while. Kitty Cam? Oh, is it time for Kitty Cam? Okay, you asked for it. He thought he was going to jump away. Yeah, you probably heard him protest there. Hold on here. Here we go with the Kitty Cam. Kitty Cam. Kitty Cam. Why do I have like a Diablo logo up on there? Kitty Cam, boom. Kitty Cam, boom. Kitty Cam, meow, meow. Kitty Cam, meow, meow. Kitty Cam, boom, boom. Kitty Cam. Kitty Cam. Exactly. Now, if you want to see him light up here, let's see here. Hush! I'm the boss around here. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can find. All right. So, this is what he really likes. All right. So this is how you get his attention here, right? Now all of a sudden, see? Now we got his attention here. You can see his head there. Now he's wondering how he can get this treat from my hand. Come here. Come back here so the people can see you on the camera. There we go. Kitty Cam, Kitty Cam, Kitty Cam. Kitty Cam. What? Do you want it? Will you jump up for it? You know, I know you're an older cat now, but you used to really go after stuff like this. Come on. It's right up here. Right up here. He can taste it. He can taste it. It's so close. All right, there we go. Kitty Cam. Did you even chew it? You just ate it whole. Stupid cat. All right. The library souls. I will say, one of the really hard things about clearing off the hero's story arc list is their story arcs are so much longer. So much longer. Just here between, like, just picking the level 29s to 39s here, we're talking... Let me see here. An average of 5.5 doors, whereas the villains is an average of, like, 3 doors, I think. So, oh boy, here we go. Library of Souls. All right, let's make a video out of this, shall we? Or we can play Star Trek Online. Your choice. Cinder Flare. All right, here we go. Salutations, my name is Phil, aka JCServant. Welcome to another exciting City of Heroes video. Some gameplay here featuring Cinder Flares. We're gonna do a story arc. This one's called the Library of Souls. According to my notes, we got 8 missions here. None of them are a kill all. So hopefully we can get through these somewhat quickly. Does this character even have stealth? Yeah, I think she does. I think she has Walmart stealth. So we have Walmart stealth, very useful for getting through some of these longer story arcs. So for those of you who don't know, Cinder Flare is Pyrotechnic Fire Dominator. Mental note, I should keep the stealth on when I'm outside so I don't get, like, shot as I'm flying around there. Oh no. Oh gosh. Whoa, well, that's ×2, but holy shiz, it looks like ×4 up there. And once again, they're all loaded with +1s, because why in the beep wouldn't they be? Okay, all right, gonna get through this, somehow, some way, somewhere. All right, let's stop flying, let's go into stealth mode. Let's go ahead and pull out our pet, and the Catherine wheel. And, oof, this looks like it's going to be kind of interesting there. Wonder if I've got a snipery shot. There we do. How did you miss him? He was right in front of your face. Somehow she missed. I'm going to try to pull some of them in here and see where it gets me. Whoa, she does kill them fast. Holy cow. Or I got some lucky hits there or something. Alright. The heck, Jiggy? Oh, Jiggy's taking damage. Jigglypuff is taking damage. No. No. Stay alive, Jigglypuff. You got like 2 more minutes on your cooldown, buddy. You can't be dying on me yet. Ah, I need to figure... Where in the hell am I? Okay, right here. I need to get around the corner so I can see what I'm doing. I think Jiggly's almost dead. Jiggly didn't run away when Jiggly needed to run away. Oh, I'm going to be the next one to die. Ah. Yeah, I couldn't see what was going on there at all. It was just a big old mess. Oh, this is one of those missions where they trap you in the darn thing if you get KO'd. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. These walls or these doors take forever to break through. Sigh. Oh, and I can't even take a knee in here? Lovely. Well, let's see. Got my sniper here. Hits this guy with a sniper shot. Boy, there's some behemoth there. I said that the angles on like the shots here are really hard to see anything. Yeah, the worst enemy here is the camera angles. Oof. Alright, so we're supposed to be looking for Edgar here. You know, despite the fact that it's set to +0, I'm getting enemies 2 levels above me. That is so frustrating. Alright. See if I can stealth over. I'm not even sure which room he'll be in, but I'm assuming it's either the southern, well, it could be the northern one. Could be the southern one. Wow, that's a lot of enemies for me to stealth past with Walmart stealth. That's just, yeah, that was asking for that to happen. Wow, I don't understand why all the enemies are such a high level. Oh, they joined me. What do you know? Whew. A little dangerous in here. Now, one thing you can do nowadays, we can put the difficulty at -1. Won't help for the rest of this mission, but if the rest of the missions are going to be extra high level, then I'm going to put it down a level. I don't think it's right to like constantly stick players against +2s and +3s. If I wanted that, I'd sign up for it. That was a little bad on my part there. I was blasting before I held them. As a Dominator, you should always do the opposite. Am I right, guys? Ah. Accomplishments badge missions out of Ouro. Oh. Is that the one that Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that the one that gives you extra health and stuff? Ooh. Keep running off endurance, too. You can make the best outfits. Well, thank you, Miss Tammy. I do try. It helps that sometimes I get pointers from you guys there in the chat. It's just cool stories, huh? Doing it for the stories. Doing it for the funsies. Oh, well, there's some funsies up there, let me tell you. What am I looking for? Inspirations here. Everyone's a winner with fire breath and everything else. Ooh, I got a hot tip. Guys are just dropping tips left and right. It almost should be illegal. This looks like a nice little healing fountain. We're gonna run in here, do that. Give them a little brilliant barrage to fall in love with. Breathe a little cone of fire on them. Boy, they kind of die pretty quickly. Oh, I forgot I have consume. I can consume endurance from these guys. I forgot that's a thing. Oh, healing crystal here. What do we got here? His body? Did poor Edgar never make it? Yeah, no, he didn't. He sadly didn't make it, Pirate Princess. That is most unfortunate for him. Yeah, I don't think I have an exploration badge from Bixtown here. Should probably pick one up while I'm here. Lovely. It's probably right in the middle of all these like level 82 demons or something. Excuse me, I'm just looking for a badge around here, really. Is it underground? That's what it is, underground. So yeah, we are just hanging around here on Cinderflare. We're beating a bunch of things up. We're chatting with people in chat. We're making a video about this later. So we're doing all kinds of things. Just showing you a little mid-level Dominator action here, right? Now, when the mission takes me to another zone, I usually use Mission Teleporter or Team Mission Teleporter to get me there quickly. That's what it's made for. That'll help you zip around these things faster, as I like to tell people. Get you right in there. Oh, gee whiz willikers. Another cave. How exciting. With 3 crystals to find in this labyrinth. At least they're lower because I set it to a level lower now, so we're just going to try to zip through these guys because we're not here to beat every little thing up. We're here to find the damn crystal. Of course, if you get stuck on any geometry like that, you're probably going to get hit like that. Ooh, so that's how you run into a situation and immediately have to turn that around, because Whew, that was a little cray-cray in there. A little cray-cray up in that house. Whoop. I need some more endurance. I hope you guys don't mind if I suck yours up. Throw a little hypnotizing lights on at ya. Whoa! Oh, lovely. I don't even know what killed. Honestly, I guess I lost track of that fight there. I didn't even realize I was in danger. Oops. Yeah, I didn't even realize I was in danger there. Need to be paying better attention to my health. That's why I try to keep it down here towards the middle. Because, I get tunnel focus vision, especially with the camera in this game. I don't know. In a way, it feels like you got enemies all around you. It feels like Diablo, but you don't have like the zoomed out camera of Diablo. So I oftentimes will lose track of exactly where the action is at. That's a little irritating. And I threw down all my control powers, too. I don't know how there was even that many threats left that were still active. And again, I'll try to fly there as quick as I can. Oh, come on. Well, let's see here. Good thing I keep a bunch of these in the mailbox, but that's pretty funny. Yeah, I'm not having a good luck day on this run. I tried this one more time. So somebody told me a while back, why do you take the stealth power set from concealment, right? When you can just put the enhancement that lets you fly with stealth or lets you run around with stealth. This is exactly why you might want to take concealment. Because I believe the stealth from concealment is much stronger and you're a lot less likely to get caught. So someone could probably break down the exact numbers from me, but when I used concealment on one of my sentinels, I very rarely got shot like this. So yeah. But I am stealth there, believe it or not. Now these were the guys who gave me a hard time before. This time we're gonna... Well... yeah, we're going to try to do a little bit better. It's really tough because of the angle that everything's at, so you can't really even see where to put your powers at. You're like, huh, where do I put this glowy thingy? Right there. Wow, Pumpkin's still alive there. Die. Thank you. You are correct. Stealth is better than the enhancement. Yeah, definitely. Because I definitely get caught a lot with... that's why I jokingly refer to it as Walmart stealth. Because I get caught, and sometimes, like you saw right there, that means the occasional KO. KO! Especially when there's like that many enemies in the clumps together. Which, I don't understand also why those clumps are so big. It's ×2, not ×3. Usually with ×2 you get like clumps of 5 max. So, I don't know. Weird. It's like 2 clumps together, but sometimes the RNG just work that way too. Yeah. I would recommend you use Infiltrate for sneaking around. Yeah, the great value stealth, right? Yeah, I could definitely see when I respec some of my characters, I might just go back to using real stealth instead of cheap Walmart stealth. You know, I think I'm going to fight these guys on the way through here, just in case I need to retreat this way. Those enemies are acting a little weird. I guess they're staring at my glittering column. That glittering column is really good. Quick cooldown, let you grab all their attention, holds it for you. While you can go in there and do a quick move or two before it expires, and pops them up in the air, so you know it's about to expire because they're all flying up into the air. Go in here, do one of those, do one of these. Yeah, the damage on Dominator is pretty darn good, I will say. Like, I'm definitely getting through these enemies pretty quickly. Now we're just gonna zip around here. Oh, it's showing me on the map where the last glowy's at. You don't get that too often. You know, that's the second time that a glowy has been in that corner in that room that on a map like this that I played. Right there. Great Walmart stealth. Helping you to find the last crystal. That's 2. Count them 2 missions down. Oh, you gotta take it to Atlas Park? Rude. I'll get the Atlas through Ouro. Do any of you like Dragon Quest? Wow, 45 viewers tonight. Holy cow, if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. My name is Phil, aka JCServant. I stream games. A lot of City of Heroes, obviously. We do like our City of Heroes. We also like when people say hi, so feel free to stop by and say hi. I'm showing some Dominator action today. We're just zipping through these missions, so I'm not reading them out loud. I do that on several other videos, though. If you like me to read out the stories, I have playlist filled with both hero and villain side stories. Dragon Quest is awesome. I played Dragon Quest last year. Dragon Quest 2 HD Remake. Yeah, I want to do Dragon Quest 7. It could be another one of those things I make videos on or stream or whatever if anyone's interested in hanging out with me when I play it. Because I got a story with Dragon Quest 7. I got stories with Dragon Quest 7. So, where is my long-range teleporter? We'll use the team teleporter to get the bricks down on this one. So, with Dragon Quest 7, I bought it on the PlayStation 1. It was really slow. Really slow. And I didn't get very far on it. I played previous Dragon Quest games and liked them just fine. But 7 was like taking the whole slowness angle to a new thing. And I kind of got lost like 15 hours in. I kind of lost interest. Then I got the DS version, which had some nice quality of life, type of things. And that was better. And I think I got at least 40 hours in, give or take, because I unlocked the job class daily. You can switch jobs and classes, whatever, mix and match, but that doesn't come online till a little bit later on. So I know I was 30, 40 hours in before I kind of put that one on the shelf. Now they got the really, really cool, super awesome remake of it that moves even faster and is trimmed even more. And it's got really pretty graphics, and I'm always a sucker for cutesy graphics and the such. So I was thinking about doing that one next. It's been a while since I played a Dragon Quest game, and I would really love to knock 7 out once and for all. It's one of the few I haven't actually beaten yet. So I would like to get that done. It's always fun if you have people to join you for the journey. And whatnot. Oh, gosh, there's so many enemies here. Where's Jigglypuff? There's Jiggly. Glad you could make it, Jiggly. Well, 1 second here. I got quite the fight on my hands. Keeping them under domination or control is what's kind of key there. Oh, what did I do? I went and shot some guy way up on the rafter there. That was lovely. I'll read y'all's comments in a second here once this huge chain fight I've started is over. Man, Consume there, really doing some heavy lifting. Alright, Jigglypuff sacrificed himself for me, but that's okay. We can summon another one here as soon as my endurance comes back. Alright, let's see what you guys are saying. Dragon Quest is awesome. I played Dragon Quest last year. Yep, I bounced off a DQ7 on the original. Yeah, me too. I'm so bad at Game City Heroes is as high as I can handle. Well, if I throw on Dragon Quest 7, you can play City of Heroes while you watch me play Dragon Quest 7. You can play Dragon Quest 7 vicariously through me. Definitely. Might be more entertaining than Diablo. I don't know. Just dazzle them to death. That's fine. That one's confused. That's fine. Just hold them all. That's fine. Now, Jiggly, can you try not to aggro half the dungeon here while I look around for this kidnapper and his... What are you shooting at, Jiggly? We just had a discussion about not killing everything. Jiggly is not exactly good at stealth. Now it says, defeat kidnappers and his coven. I don't know if that's these guys here. I don't know. They look sus. Don't they look sus? They look sus. What are you attacking now, Jiggly? Are you attacking the door? Oh my goodness gracious. That's why no one can stand you, Jigglypuff. Did you get them all, Jiggly? Who knows what Jiggly's doing anymore? Yeah, that's the jail area. You're right, SL. That's the jail area. It's Jiggly's very fascinated with the jail doors. Like Jiggly just wants to keep shooting the door. Look at it. It's already got half that door worn down. Jiggly, if I kill it for you, will you leave it alone? It's like, it's worse than my cat. There, see? Door's blown off now, okay? Can we go back to, I don't know, defeating the kidnappers or the coven or whatever we're supposed to be doing here? See, now, I pointed this out to somebody. When it comes to judging certain classes and stuff, we talk about, like, let's say defenders who, you know, can sometimes do more damage than corruptors at times if they get enough setup, right? If they debuff the enemy enough or whatever the case may be. I always point out that sometimes, like you see me doing here, you know, with that last fight, where I took on those guys without holding them first, right? When you have a high enough damage output, you don't need to use controls, buffs, and debuffs on every single fight. You can just use 1 or 2 attack powers and they're dead. And as a result, things go a lot faster, right? You get through the content faster and all that other jazz. It just kind of depends. Obviously, your mileage will vary. But the more damage you do, for example, the less control I have to use on these enemies, right? Just a simple, I used a simple one opening control on that one, and that got those guys pretty good. I don't see more enemies here. Oh, wait, nope, there's one right there. So onesie by himself, just a minion. Don't need to really hold him. We kill him with two or three hits tops. Yeah, but I don't see more enemies around here. This is just looking like the jail area. Yeah. Yeah, that ended most unfortunately for him. You know, one would assume that something called Talon of Flame would have like extra, extra fire resistance, but I'm not seeing it. Are you playing with somebody over there, Captain Wheel? Yeah, I'm not sure where the kidnapper or whatever it's called. That is a lot of enemies in a clump. Boy, this looks like it's going to be fun, doesn't it? Nothing could possibly go wrong here. I have to say, Dom didn't do too bad there. Oh, there's our kidnap victim right there in the corner. That little tiny thing shrinking in the corner there. Probably got to kill all the bodyguards. There we go. Number 3 down. Do you slot your health and regen powers? Usually if I'm having endurance issues, I will. Which is on most characters, honestly. Just on the... now, the health, maybe not so much. I do on tanks, brutes, and whatever have you. We do have 3 slots on stamina here. I haven't even bothered with health. I could probably slap a green in there. I don't do a lot of tanking on this character. Like, if I'm tanking a lot, a little bit of extra health regen isn't going to save my candy butt. But, yeah. Definitely kind of depends on the character you're playing. Find Arcanus and Talos Island. Delos. Delos, Delos. Now, another thing I could possibly and probably should do with this character, she does run into a bit of endurance here. I could definitely put some sets, start buying some sets and putting them in there. Sets, particularly in the control powers. So what are you looking for in control power enhancements, right? A lot of control powers don't do a metric ton of damage, right? That's not what they're designed for. And the hold enhancements or the mez enhancements will generally just increase their duration, but not their effectiveness outside of duration. It doesn't make them work better on bosses or anything like that, unless, I guess it could if the first one, no, I'm not really sure that's how it works. Anyways, the point being, what you're really looking for is accuracy and maybe some endurance reduction. So you can get that pretty well with sets and some extra bonuses as well. So it's not unusual for me to throw some sets on Doms kind of early. But honestly, she's been doing so good for the most part. I haven't really given it much thought on this character yet. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at this map. What the beep were they thinking? Holy sweet mother of all that is holy in my entire life. Yeah, Walmart stealth. Could go in there, Walmart stealth. But holy cow, is that a lot of rooms. Oh, Healy Crystal. Holy sweet mother of all that is. Oof. Let's dismiss Jiggly for now. Boy, this is a lot of rooms. I'll try to zip through these and get to the back end of this. Hopefully without, dying from Walmart stealth. Ouch. Walmart stealth is gonna get me killed. Walmart stealth gonna get me killed. Get me killed. Whoa, whoa, yes, get me killed. Walmart stealth gonna get me killed. Oof. You gotta like how those last guys get those few hits in after you've already flown away. Well. So using accuracy is better than putting in holds. Well, just keep, it depends on what you're looking for. Just keep in mind that, adding in hold enhancements doesn't make the hold work better per se. It just makes it last longer, right? You kind of see that when you hover over it and it just says hold durations going up. And maybe that's what you need. Maybe you need a longer hold duration because, as you're fighting enemies, you're not, your hold is expiring before you've had time to kick all their butts. So I'm not saying there isn't a place for hold duration, but it isn't like it's truly enhancing the hold. And I think the assumption of some people is when you slot in, a hold enhancement, that it's actually making the hold more effective. And it's generally speaking, that's not the case. Whoa, gosh, that felt kind of bad. So, but the duration, especially I think on Dominators, the duration's less than controllers. So, here's our friend right here. I won't even need Jigglypuff for this. Hey guys, look at the shiny here. You like shinies, don't you? What you doing way back there, buddy? He be dead? Yeah. Yeah, you would think it would make it stronger, right? You would think, well, I don't seem to be holding bosses very well, so let me do that. Now, there might be, in a way, it might be making your hold stronger for bosses. I'm not 100% sure of the mechanic. I'm sure somebody who's a little bit more experienced than me might be able to answer this, but I think what happens when a hold doesn't work on a boss, then the idea is that you need to do 2 or 3 more holds, in a row. Before basically it overcomes his defense or resistance or whatever the hell it's called. So in that case, having a longer duration on that first hold so that you have more time to get more holds overlapping on it might be exactly what you need. But yeah, so it's not directly making every single hold stronger, but it might give more time for them to stack up if you're trying to overcome someone's resistance. Now, I don't know that's the mechanic for a fact, but that's kind of the impression that I have in my bunny brain. I think that's the 4th mission. I gotta talk to her in Atlas Park? Again with Atlas Park. Like, all my teleportations are on cooldown except for Ouroboros. Yeah, magnitude, minions are magnitude, yeah, magnitude 2, magnitude 3, you need to overcome their mag. So the question is, like, let's say you throw a mag 2 hold on them, and it's not enough, so you need to throw another mag 2 on them right after that. If the duration's longer, does that give you more time to get that second one on there for it to actually work? So I want to say yes, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But that would be kind of the way that it kind of sort of makes your hold stronger, is when dealing with those bosses. Now they want me to go back to Talos. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? SL's got our back. That's the nice thing about being part of a community like this. You can always find someone who's got your back and confirming or telling you, no, you're not correct on that, you silly goose. You suck at the whole stats thing. You know, here's the thing. They don't really explain all these mechanics. It's one of my pet peeves with modern RPGs, is that they don't explain mechanics. So you're left guessing, like, what exactly does what. Now, City of Heroes gives you some clues. It explains when you bring over, like, a hold power. You're looking at your hold powers there on your character, and you drag one over, it'll say, hey, this is going to increase hold duration by, you know, an extra 5 seconds. So it's giving you some hint there. But it doesn't exactly explain, like, the overlap mechanic or anything like that. You know, a lot of these games don't, right? There's no tutorials like, oh, you're playing a Dominator for the first time? Let's explain to you how the domination mechanic works. Let's explain to you how double holds work. Now, if you take a look, like, for example, on one of my powers here, you're going to see here, like, Sparkling Cage. It says a 4 magnitude immobilized for 20 seconds. Then there is a 4 magnitude immobilized for 30 seconds on the target while under the effect of domination, right? So I believe that means that, because when I'm using domination, you would have both of these hitting at the same time, or one right after the other, essentially. So you'd be able to overcome a 5 mag resistant enemy, you know, with that. So yeah, it's but it doesn't explain. You have to, like, dig into this stuff and go, what exactly does this mean? And then they introduced the new deep sleep mechanic, right, for controllers and dominators, but it doesn't explain, like, even in my sheet there, was that a deep sleep or just still the regular sleep? Because we were talking about that earlier with the low-level dominator I was playing. So the game doesn't explain a lot of stuff. You end up digging into a lot of wikis, asking a lot of people questions. And on one hand, it can be kind of fun. Recover Spirit Thorns. On one hand, it can be kind of fun because you can work with your friends to discover more about the game. You know, feel like you're more part of the community. Read wikis. Wow, is this the world's smallest dungeon or what? Oh, ouch. But I generally prefer games with simpler RPG systems. One of the reasons I'm a big fan of tabletop is when it comes to the mechanics of how to beat enemies and how the math works and stuff, it's all very, very, very simple, right? Very simple. You know, in Pathfinder, you roll a d20, you add your attack. If it's equal to or higher their AC, you hit. What does +1 do? Well, you're using 20-sided dice, so you know that a +1 gives you a gives you a 5% extra chance to hit. It's that simple, right? It's that simple. Oh, well, I haven't been here before on this character. Let me grab an exploration badge while I'm here and hopefully not die in the process. I see a badge there. I think that's a badge there. Maybe not. There it is. Now I'm going back out before I die. Run into the wrong enemy and die here. Wait, what's that T? A tunnel connection. Oh, where's the tunnel connection take me? Anywhere fun? That's what I'm looking for. That's how you found me, right? And so it brings us together, and we talk about it, and we share what we've learned together, and it makes it more of... So in an MMO, between us girls and MMO, I'm a little bit more forgiving of these mechanics because it does give us an excuse to talk about builds and learn from each other, create Hey, it gives content creators, right, a whole bunch of reasons to make videos. On single player games, I just wish they were all a lot simpler, like tabletop gaming. And just because it's simple doesn't mean it isn't like deep and tactical combat. Doesn't mean, it can't be fun and exciting. I just don't understand why the math needs to be so complicated on these things. And the rules are so complicated. Alright, find landmarks on Talos Island. Oh good, mission teleporter's finally back up. We are getting our money's worth out of mission teleporters on this one. Did I enjoy Baldur's Gate 3? Yes. Though I didn't fall, and I still haven't fallen head over heels in love with it like some people. I played it once and I was done. But Baldur's Gate is a good example of something that the mechanics are fairly well explained because it's based off of D&D 5th edition. So if you understand D&D 5th edition, it's pretty easy to understand. Saving throws, armor class, things like that. They're pretty similar in most of the tabletop games that come from the D&D line. So, and the rules are pretty simple. The math is not nearly as complicated as City of Heroes, for example. With that being said, what I didn't appreciate necessarily was some of the bosses with some, what I like to call bullshit mechanics and things like that. Larian put in so many extra things above the 5th edition rule set that it would make 5th edition already makes players super, super powerful if you let them multi-class and stuff. I don't at my tabletop because I know it's going to break the game. So then Larian puts more ways to make people more powerful on top of that. And then they wonder why, then in order to make up and make sure the game's still challenging, they put in bosses with like BSE mechanics and stuff. So, and I've got a lot of problems here because... Come on! What the heck? Come on! Go! Gosh, I can't catch a break. I got hit on both sides there. They don't seem to be responding very well to my mezzes. No, I'm mezz. That's not okay. Enhancements do you no good if you're dead, or inspirations do you no good if you're dead. Use them all. Yeah, these guys are... I don't know if these guys are mez challenged or what, but... Whew. That was close. That was very close. Phew, thanks for helping me out, little wheel. You came at the last minute and helped me out. It's much appreciated. They are a weakness. Controller Dominator's weak. Is that why they were just like laughing at all my mez controls? As I was like, watch out for the fungi enemies. They are a weakness. Is that what I was experiencing there? Holy cow. Yeah, because I was throwing out all the crowd control, and they were like, ha 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 ha. So that prevents them from getting messed. Oh, that's even worse. Oh, they drop a mini pet that gives them mess protection. That's just freaking lovely. Well then, knowing that they're that dangerous, we won't try to stealth through here. We'll just go ahead and take them down. Remember, boys and girls, death is the best form of mez. Oh, fudge. What the heck? Am I mezzed again? I'm sleeping. Ugh, lovely. Die. Oh, I missed. Ouch, this is getting ugly again. Whew. Boy, this is definitely a test here. Do you know how to play your class? Yes or no? You're gonna find out. Ooh. Gee whiz willikers. Woo! Hey, cough up. How you doing today? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Yeah, I might pop in some Dragon Quest VII after this. We'll see how I feel. It might be getting late. This is my pile of rubble. Mine. Okay. Alright, so it's showing me where the last one's at. Now this is the fun part where I get completely confused on how to get down there. I have never been good at this particular cave layout. This room right here always confuses the mess out of me. Ah! You are not a very nice plant. Die. Oh, so what's up with you, Cough? We've been talking all kinds of things today. Talking a little bit about Star Trek Online, talking a little bit about Dragon Quest VII, talking about Dominators and dominating things. Hello, bad guys. Okay, so I need to get around the corner there. Oh my gosh, how many of you guys are there between me and my goal? Hey guys, I really need some endurance here, so if you wouldn't mind helping me out a bit on that, thank you very much. I'm not sure I actually got my combustion off there. Yeah, a little rubble. I think the person who made the cave system was drunk. Drunk or high? I think that's the question, right, Tammy? Liberate the Library of Souls in Brickstown. Well, what is this? Team teleport? Team teleport. Okay. We're going to take the team teleporter over there. Yay! Say what to play, kind of bored, excited from a Pathfinder game tomorrow? Oh! Well, I hope you have fun with that. You know, some people tell me that Pathfinder is a boring game, and it's so 2021. That's what they tell me anyways. Yeah. 10 crystal... Whoa, 10 crystal souls remaining. Holy shiz. Oh, good grief. Are you serious? Of course they're serious. Why wouldn't they be serious about this? Good grief. Gosh. And this is a -1, too. I keep trying to put down the power and it's not working. I kept trying to put down the... I'll look up the power name in a minute. And I kept trying to put it down, and it wouldn't go down. It wouldn't go down. It wouldn't go down. I was like, what the hell's going on here? That was weird. Weird. Yeah. Alright. Well, I guess it's more excuse to buy some more enhancement or inspirations, but... honestly, my hold should have worked. Ugh. I'm also not super sure how there were enemies coming up from behind me either, but it's neither here nor there, I suppose. Squishy's worst fear on most squishy classes is somebody coming up from behind. Yeah, because I came through here. Yeah, there's a guy right there. See, there were people coming up behind us, and I don't know why, because we just came through a teleporter right there. And I don't think enemies go through teleporters. But is this power right here? Brilliant Barrage. And I could not place that on the ground to save my life. I thought it might have been mezzed, because that'll certainly stop you from using your powers, but I could move and everything, so I don't think I was mezzed. Well, hot diggity dog. Now he's down. Yeah, with 10 artifacts to find in this freaking labyrinth, you might as well consider this a kill-all, which, you know, with the size of this place, is just an insane proposition. Let me see what this Incinerate Aura does real quick. So we have a 20-foot radius, negative 17% chance to hit, and a 6% debuff to their defense. Okay, good to know. Well, I hear another glowy around here somewhere. Oh, they got little doors. How quaint. Three down, 7 more to go. And whose idea was it to plant 10 of these things in this monstrosity? Uh-oh. Well, we know where that's going. That minion is level 34. It says I'm 34, but it's showing yellow. Odd. Now I'm listening carefully for glowies. I hear one there. Where is the glowy? I can hear the glowy. But I don't see the glowy in here. Wow, sounds pretty loud, but the thing about the glowy system is, and the noises it makes, is it doesn't care about walls. It's not any quieter if it's on the other side of a wall. This game does not use real sound acousticies or anything like that. Uh-oh. They do not care. I do not know. Okay, well that might be all that's in this one. Figuring out how to get in and out of this place is something else. When you first play this game, this is one of the most confusing layouts that you'll run into. Oh, goodness gracious. Place is huge. I can hear something there. Right there. I feel like Jiggly's giving away my position here. So I'm just kind of going around here listening for glowies. You'll usually hear it before you see it in a place this complex. Okay. Let's head on to the next room. I see a bad guy there. I'll get some weird pushback on that. Okay, let me take a knee for a second there. Okay. Let's see, is there any glowy sounds from in here? Got one right there. Oh, come on. Come on, open it. Yeah. Oh, I hear another one. With all these nooks and crannies, it could literally be anywhere. Oh, sounds really loud around here, but like I said, this thing doesn't care about walls. Oh gosh, I seem to have got some really bad aggro here. Oh, goodness gracious. We must aggro the whole dungeon at once. Free endurance recharge. Brought to you by Domination. Ooh, that was some high-end domination work right there. Hold him down. Teach him who's boss. Now, where's that glowy? Aha. Two left. One of those doors is behind a crevasse type of thing. You guys have the weirdest system. Pretty sure this isn't wheelchair compliant. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Stop shooting me. I'm fragile. Yeah, definitely need real stealth on these characters. Aha, here's one here. Now, will it show me the last one on the map? It will. Wowzers. As Inspector Gadget would say, wowzers. Ooh, that was a pretty thrilling cave section there. Very long, too. Ugh, and you gotta go back to Atlas Park again? That took 15 minutes. Constantly running back to this lady back over here, giving her stuff. Here's your stuff. Calling up the contact. Talos Island. And at least I can long range teleport over there, I think. Cough up, you still there? Fingers crossed, no cave. I know, that's probably why it's 8 doors and gives 35 merits. It's probably because it's all in caves. I mean, 8 doors, 35 merits is about average, I suppose, for 8 doors. Yeah, I guess it isn't anything special. But there's no kill-alls. It's just that it's caves and it takes forever because it's caves. So, you said you like Titan Quest. Do you like any other action RPGs? We've been talking a lot about Diablo 2 lately because they just re-released, or they just released, not re-released, but they just added in the Warlock class. Actually, you know, that's what I'll do here after this mission is over. We'll throw up a little Diablo 2. Oh no, I said Diablo 4 in the I don't know what I said in the description. Rescue Zora, whatever, from this mess. Good luck with that. Look at this cave. I do like how you can kind of lengthen out the map like this, though, right? You could do this. Nothing's stopping you from rearranging things just a titch. So that the map is a little bit more readable. I do like that. You don't get that in a lot of games, so that is a nice touch. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, gosh, I don't know what was going on there. I was like, whoa. Oh, gosh, this is confusing. You know what? I'm just going to beat all you guys up because I have no clue where I'm at and I don't want to be judged. Ah, good old-fashioned death. I wish I'd scooped up the D2 remaster. I like ARPGs, but they're better friends. I've Grim Dawn and Torchlight 2. Played a good bit of D2 and D3 back in the day. Yeah, the missus and I, we've been playing some Diablo 4 with the new seasons that are out. And I just somehow went right back to where I was at before. And what else? We are... Oh, hello, bad guy. Yeah, and what about Diablo Immortal? Did you ever try that one, Chief? And in case any of you forgot what Diablo Immortal is, I'll just ask you one question. Don't you have a cell phone? Because honestly, that never gets old. What is the riddle for getting out of this oh gosh. Are you still alive? Die. Never. So Diablo Immortal is actually pretty good. If you like Diablo 3, you should really give Diablo Immortal a try, and it's free. The only reason you'd ever feel pressure to buy anything in that game is if you want to be at the top 2% of PvP. And I don't know about you, but I don't necessarily play Diablo for PvP. So the holds on Dominator don't last as long as Controller, but since they kill things so much faster, it doesn't matter most of the time, anyways. But yeah, I could throw up some Diablo Immortal if you like. I got a Sorceress on there. I enjoy playing quite a bit. No, this isn't Diablo Immortal, right? So Diablo Immortal, it's a free game. So you ask, well, how do they make money? They make money by selling shit to people who love PvP. It actually has some pretty cool PvP modes with some very interesting rewards. Stuff that I would actually be interested in trying because it's more like PvP from an MMO, like Battlegrounds and things like that. And I wouldn't mind trying that out. With that being said, I don't care about being the top 2% in PvP. I understand that if you're playing PvP with other players, that dying a lot is part of the... experience, you know, right? So I'm not trying to be the top 1 or 2%, so I'm not gonna care for purchasing a bunch of things. But if you're lower rank, you're just gonna get lower rank people anyways. But you can ignore it and just do the single player stuff. Do the story, do the PvE. There's tons and tons of PvE. It's got like the Rift and the Rift Guardians and stuff like that from Diablo 3. It's really actually pretty cool. I'll throw it up here if you guys want when I'm done with the story arc. I don't like how these guys are right outside this door. We're going to go ahead and dispatch them. Yeah, I bet you he didn't have a cell phone. That's why he died right there. Should have brought a cell phone. You know, there's always one who runs away. There we go. Bet you they all have cell phones too. Now, where is the door? Is it around this corner type of thing? That's a dead end. Boy, these cave systems, I swear these people were high off of the tailpipes of their cars when they came up with this stuff. You can't click on there. Oh, there it is right there, right? That's how you get back there. Holy cow. Sweet mother of mercy. Could these guys try any harder to hide this stuff? Alright. You know what? I don't like you guys either, so I'm killing all of you. Like shooting fish in a barrel. Where you going, buddy? Well, he just zipped off real fast. There he is. Make sure I hold him first. Alright. Let's see what we got around here. Are any of you hiding Zoria and Acarist or whatever? What the heck? A glowy? I wasn't expecting glowy around here. Clue found. Oh, lovely. What do we have here? Diablo guides. Demon Souls guides. No one's being held in here, really? No one's being held? Huh. Seems odd. I was tempted to kill all these guys just for... Rescue Zora and Acarist, though. Well, I haven't seen any of them here. We're looking for Zoria or Acarist. I don't think I even see them around here, honestly. You know, do you think the clue I found would be like a clue of where they're at? No, of course not. That'd be too easy. And Zora and Acarist could be things that I don't see very easily on the map. Acarist's power, his binding must be permanent. You know, now I'm kind of second guessing whether I should have taken a closer look in that last room, because the enemy nameplates don't show up for some of those guys sometimes. For like the hostages. And you'll just alt tab right past them because they're just like normal NPC, background NPCs. You know, it can actually just be, sometimes just the easiest thing to do is just to kill everybody. You get to die. You get to die. You get to die. Ah, refreshing. Who else can we kill? Or arrest? I don't think I got very much endurance out of that. Any Zorkuras and Akaras around here? No. No little hiding NPCs in the darkness? Because sometimes they'll be like cowering and they'll be blended in with the background and stuff, and it could be a little hard to see them. Come back here. I'm not done with you. Okay, now I'm done with you. Great. Mass murder of all of them, and yet nobody saved. Well, that is unusual. Way to defy expectations. Wait, where does this one go? Ooh, fancy. Up here. Okay. How many of y'all like these kind of missions? Braddock, how are you doing today? How many of y'all scratch your heads go, why am I still playing this game when you do a mission like this? How many of you wonder, what am I doing with my life? Why do I subjugate myself to such tortures? And why ask why? Maybe I should just drink Bud Dry. Right? Tammy gets it. Fire versus fire here. You just ask yourself, what am I doing with life? Oh, finally found one. Oh, I'm held. Well, fudge sickles. And I'm just immobilized. Okay. Phew. Okay, so you just had to find this one guy. He may not be in the back. That was 94 minutes for 34 merits. Not great. And honestly, you know, the problem was it wasn't like 94 fun minutes. That was 94 like, are we done yet minutes, you know? So 94 minutes, that's 22 merits an hour. Yeah. Yeah, not my funnest, that's for sure. Like I said, the hero missions take so long to fill out the spreadsheet because that one mission took me 90 minutes, 90 some minutes, whereas like the average villain mission takes you like 30 to 45 tops. It's like they realized with villains like they were making these things too long. You know, like, oh gosh, maybe 90 minutes is too much to ask for people. Yeah, that was 8 back-to-back cave missions too. So that definitely does not help its rankings any on the power scale. That definitely doesn't help, right? Well, those of you watching this video later on YouTube, I don't know what you get out of this, but if you got something good out of it, let me know down in the comments below. If you'd like to see more Cinder Flare in action, let me know. And thank you guys so much for watching, and may God bless you. And that's a Cinder Flare recording all wrapped up. Yeah, I'm still here, though. Yeah, that one, it's a lot of the old story arcs, man. That one's the Library of Souls. And, you know, you always know you're in trouble with these, you know, if you take a look, a lot of these middle missions here, yeah, when you get into these 0 dot, these are the missions that originally came out with the game, right? So a lot of them were super long. Freak Show War at least isn't in caves, so there's that. They just keep popping back up after you kill them. That's all. According to my notes, there was 2 hunts on that, but I didn't see any hunts on that. I didn't have to hunt anything outside, so I took that off. Let's see, this is 0.24. And then the Rise of Vampiro is 0.25. The Unity Plague is 0.26. The Freak Show War is 0.29. Scary Monsters. Scary Monsters is not on this list, right? So that's kind of interesting. So you don't see Scary Monsters on here. But I have it listed. Oh, it's a level 35. That's why. All right. Corporate Culture. 0.27. Crossing Over. Crossing Over. 5.04. And that is Croatoa Part 4. What villain group? Villain group? Like you're talking about like enemy type? Hatreds. Stop the Pact. 0.30. Hatred's Hungry Heart. 503. And that is Croatoa Part 3. War of the Furblood, man, I hated that one. Ugh. Like there's just like really bad parts about a lot of these missions, man. Like just leaves oof. Oof, oof, oof. Defend the war wall 0.28. There's supposed to be a badge on that one. I hate Nemesis. Yeah, that's fair. Take care, Mr. Cough. Red Cat missions. Ah, I thought it was the ones the Caltrops. Those knaves. Right? Fear and Loathing on Striga Isle. Yeah. Boo Boy? Kitty cat. Oh, yeah. So, alright, guys. Well, I'm starting to yawn, so I don't want to yawn too much to a microphone. It's probably a good time to put a pin in this for now. Usually I stream Fridays and Monday nights, sometimes on the weekends as time allows. We'll see what happens this weekend, but probably playing some Diablo anyways. I don't know if people want to watch that, but we'll see. Maybe I'll stream it. Who knows? But thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out, Pirate, SL, Tammy, Braddock. Got videos going up. Some more videos going up soon, so watch out for those. I need to do some more Fallout Queen. Maybe some Fallout Queen story. Fallout Queen and whatchamacallit, Mirage Monarch. We need to do some more of those next time. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you have a great day. Hope we have a great evening. Take care. May God bless all of you too as well. I hope you have a good one.